We got this hen here that's all poofy, and she's just sitting around and she doesn't seem to move much. So I don't know if she's sad or if she's not feeling good, but she's acting real funny. I think maybe she's just sad for she's just worried about the chicken that's going broody. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Alright, so the chickens need a dust bath so they can clean off. The bugs are really starting to get at them, so I went to the store and I'm going to set up another dust bath for them. And I got another empty container, so I'm going to set up a couple of them. But this is basically how you do it. It's pretty simple. We're going to take our container, we're going to put some play sand in it. Make sure it's play sand because the play sand is not going to be abrasive on their skin. And then we got some diatomaceous earth. Make sure it's food grade. We're going to mix them together. And basically I'm just going to put some sand in there, and I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of diatomaceous earth on it and then mix it up. So kind of like has the consistency of flour, and we're just going to sprinkle it up on there like so. This has a lot of different uses. They use it in the food too, for helping to stop it from getting clumpy. We're just gonna mix this up real good. Just like that. And then go. Got the little dust bath in there now. Alright guys, so I'm going to be trying to make a chicken run, kind of extending the run a little bit and just give them some space, more space with the wood that I already have, which is not very much, but I've got all this, scrap wood or extra wood laying around, and I've got chicken wire over there, I got chicken wire over there, and so I'm going to try to use everything that I have here, which I don't really know if I have enough to even do it. So I'm gonna try to get it done without buying anything, basically. And yeah. So we gotta figure out how we're gonna frame this out. I think I'm just gonna do it real simple. It's gonna attach to this side of the chicken coop, and it's gonna go this way, and it's just gonna be 8 feet by 8 feet, and it's only gonna be however tall. I think this is a 4-foot chicken wire roll that I have here. I don't know if it's enough to go all the way around it, but we got that extra stuff over there, so it's gonna be that tall. And yeah, it's not gonna have no doors or nothing on it, so I won't be using this opening anymore on the chicken coop. I'll use the one on the other side. And yeah, so the tools that we're gonna need are gonna be our drill with our bit for our screws, and then I also got an eighth inch drill bit if we want to pre-drill some of these, because I don't have, like I said, I don't know if I really even have enough boards, so we might want to pre-drill just to be safe on some things. And a staple gun, that's how we're going to attach the chicken wire to the wood. And then we got our 2.5-inch screws that we're going to use, and I got some staples in here too. I think these are 1/4 inch or something. Can't remember. Doesn't take much to hold the chicken wire on there. So first thing we're going to do is I think I'm going to lay out the bottom of it. Well, actually, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to pick whichever piece. I'm going to offset it like this, like the other run is, so it's going to be pretty flush back here, and then it's going to be forward over here. And I think what I'm going to do first is pick out which board it's going to attach to the coop on the bottom and the top, and then I'm going to figure out I'm going to figure out which boards I'm going to use for that. And then I'm going to lay them out and go ahead and attach the chicken wire to the outside without framing anything. Just attach it to the top, all the way to the top, and attach the other one all the way to the bottom. You know, the whole length, the whole 8-foot length, and then I'll screw them to here, and that way I won't have to worry about, you know, running to cover this and then figure out a way to attach it on this side. It'll just be already, the chicken wire will go all the way through, and I'll just have to cut a hole out. And then the other thing that does is, you know, I won't have to have supports. Like, you know, you'll see what I'm talking about when I get it done, but it's just going to come out here, and then the next piece is just going to come straight off of it. I might need something over here, but I'm definitely not going to need anything over here. So we'll see. We'll see how it works out. We got to try to be efficient with it and use as little wood as possible, because I got, let's see, 3 2x4s over there, a 4th 2x4. So I got 4 2x4s. I got 3 I think these are 2x12s. That's probably going to be the bottom 3 of those, and then I'm probably going to use 3 of the 2x12s and then 1 of the 2x6s. I got 1 2x6, and then these 2 are deck boards. You know, they're kind of like a little over a 1x6, so they're not very sturdy. But I think we can figure out a way to make it work. So we'll get to it.
Look, you can stand.
Well guys, it might be my worst craftsmanship yet, and that's saying something. I didn't level anything off, I didn't pre-drill anything, I didn't square anything up, I just screwed it all together. So here's our frame. I got these two pieces of scrap here, and I might try to put them together maybe to make a support for that corner over there, because I think it kind of needs it. But that'll be the last piece of the frame to go in there, and then I'll just wrap this all the way around, and before I'll get it stapled all the way up and leave enough room for me to get out without it being stapled, and then that's when I'll cut that hole out, and then I'll finish stapling it, and then the chickens can run in through there. So we'll get to that. Alright, so the next thing to do is to take our snips, and we're just going to snip a hole in here, and I'm going to put kind of slide a piece of plywood over the hole that I came in, and we're going to try to contain these chickens, but there's still not a roof on this thing, so there's always that chance that they get out anyway. But yeah, so we're going to go ahead and snip through this, kind of pull back all the sharp edges as best we can, and then I'll finish stapling the outside, and then next we'll go over to our scrap pile of chicken wire and try to see if we can use it to go over the top. Well, they're all out on the loose now, or out in the area. One last thing I gotta do is get the chicken wire across the top of it. But I'm still worried about my other chicken over here. She's just laying over there in the corner by herself. So I don't know what's going on with her. I don't know if she's sick or she's just sad, but I think I'm gonna have to take her out and look at her, give her a good look over, because I'm kind of worried about it now. So I don't know, we'll see. Old mama girl, she's still doing all right. Still got food and water, checking on her. Now, one of the things you gotta worry about with these broody hens is them just sitting on the nest and not eating, not drinking. But she is definitely getting off the nest. I don't know how well you can see that, but she's got some rather large droppings there. And that's because she doesn't, go to the bathroom all the time, so it builds up, and then she gets off the nest and then comes out here and does it. So that's a good sign. That means she's getting off the nest, at least to eat and drink. So, and I have yet to see her off the nest. I know she's not getting off it much. So it's all good so far. it'll be at least probably another 12 days or so at the very minimum before we could possibly see some baby chicks hatching. So all right, well, there it is. She's all done. This chicken wire was off that I used for the top was off of one of the old runs we had. So it's basically just some strips of chicken wire that was zip tied together. And so what I did was I just took, it's all still connected with the zip ties, and it was just in a big wad over there. So we straightened it all out, flattened it as best we could, and then put it over top. And then the cut off, the extra that was over that, then I took that extra and then I laid it over top of where the joints are at, over top of that, and then stapled it and wove it in halfway decent. So there you go. The chickens love it, and I didn't buy anything to do it. It's not superior craftsmanship, but it works. And I don't have to worry about it being exactly Fort Knox because I have a 6-foot chain link fence. But if you're somebody who doesn't have a fenced-in backyard, you might want to think about that, especially if you're in the area where there's a lot of coyotes. But we don't have that problem. So it's as secure as the rest of the coop. So now they've got this area, and they've got underneath the coop, and then they've got this run. And eventually, if we do get hatchlings, and either way, once she's done in there, I'm going to take that chicken coop out of there and find a new spot for it. Which is going to be some work, but it shouldn't be too bad. Because it was just not a good idea to put it in there anyway. So I'm going to take it out, maybe put it over here somewhere, or on one side of it, and just connect it to the rest of the run. That makes sense. That makes way more sense. I really don't know what I was thinking there. So anyway, I think that's going to be about it for this video. And thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you like this stuff. So thanks.